Natalia Petrozuk. I'm a fellow tech entrepreneur here out of Detroit, Michigan, and we are reporting today from Grand Circus, which is right across from Comerica Park. And we have a very special, interesting guest today, and I'm really excited to have been invited to be one of the first featured guest hosts for Stream Detroit. With us, we have a guest from Los Angeles, actually Hollywood, LA, and his name is David Palmer. He is an astrologer extraordinaire. He does a lot of TV appearances and he reads celebrities' astrologies. He's actually going to be on E! News on October 10th. So we're really excited to have him here today. And what we want to focus on is how he specifically used technology to advance his business model and his success story. So David, why don't we just start with a little bit about who you are and where you are today?
Sure. Well, my name is David Palmer. I'm from Hollywood, California, and I'm a personality, and I'm the new age personality that uses social media, the media, to get into the press and to make my products come alive. So it all started with MySpace, really. MySpace was the model, and it was about building a personality. There were a couple personalities that came out of MySpace, but it was very hard to continue that personality. If you look at old MySpace personalities, they really didn't make it too far, or even brands. So the only way to continue that process was to use YouTube, use the media to get that brand out there. So the technology I use is YouTube now, content. Daily content is my secret. And with that daily content, which is free for all people, it allows me to bring out different content that I can sell or people can download. So I'm really focusing on that now.
So let's tell the viewers what you're offering. What is your service? Like, what do you do for your viewership?
For my viewership, I do daily astrology horoscopes, and I've taken the horoscope model, which has been around for literally hundreds of years in newspapers and all over the place, and brought it to a subscription-based model where now people can subscribe to daily content now that features daily horoscopes for their sun sign, love videos, and even we talk about other subjects like aliens and the stuff that we're starting to see all over the press with ancient aliens and stuff.
That's pretty cool. So you consistently have a free version on YouTube. But now you've also folded in a subscription model. What are the price points?
The price point is $7.99, and that's for the month. And you get new content delivered every Monday, and you get the free content every day. So we're with you every day, we're with you every month, and you get new and exciting videos, and sometimes I throw in some surprises as well.
Okay, and then how did you set up that subscription model? Is that through your website?
Actually, what I've done is, I don't know if you've ever heard of a Ning site. Ning site is a social network site that you can create your own social network. So it's a pretty fair price point, it's about $79 a month. And what it is I've created a subscription-based service which gets people to create their own profile and interact. So actually it's more than just a subscription-based model, it's actually a platform where I can have all my subscribers hang out, talk to each other, and start to relate with the astrology or whatever topic that they want to talk about. It also has discussion forums so they can start discussing and interacting, and actually it makes the brand that much stronger because now people are talking about it, people are relating with it, and now it's funny that I'm here because now I'm touring the US, meeting all the fans and meeting the people who are subscribers to the channel or to the content.
That's pretty awesome. So we all pretty much know that frequency is pretty important. So how often do you post your content? How long is your content? Maybe tell our viewers a little bit about that.
Frequency is everything because if you do not have content up every day, somebody else will. So I pretty much kill myself and have a video out every day. I cover every day, got over 1,000 videos in a row, and I haven't missed. And it's a lot of work. I do it out of a green screen in Hollywood, California. But while I'm on the road, I have no problem, taking my camera and doing it out in nature. It's always about lighting with video. And I think that's where a lot of people lose in YouTube world is when you look like you're just sitting at your desk at home or you're just, sitting, in some random place. People aren't going to take you seriously. The professional business model is how you represent it. You have to look professional. You have to have good lighting. You have to have a good microphone. And that is the secret to this business, is making sure that how you present yourself, because what happens is then TV hits you up. So I've been doing a lot of guest appearances on talk shows and like E! Or BET or VH1 or MTV, all these things along the years have come from how I present myself out there as a business model.
So you invested in somewhat decent equipment, but I know you've actually graduated as you've succeeded and started to get more revenue. You've upgraded your, the type of equipment you're using. But you started off, pretty,
commando.
Commando. So I mean, I think I think it's really awesome to start from like step one and give the brass tacks of the grassroots of this success story. you were doing the content daily, but you started it pretty simply, and you just were consistent. And how long has it been since you started to where you're at now as well?
Well, the long-term start was 2004 with MySpace, and just learning how to not be afraid to push a brand or a personality and stand behind it. But really, with this format, I started in 2012, where I started doing the daily content. Now, I did it on a laptop with a nice webcam, those little like 720 HD cameras. But see, I'd go outside and I'd position myself next to a tree, or I'd put the angle so it looked like it was a normal camera. But people didn't know I was running out of battery juice, hoping that I got the content out and pushing the end button right before it died. But it's about presentation. It really is. And if you know how to present yourself, and you can use cheap equipment and everything. And I didn't have a microphone then. But you know what? I didn't pick a place where there was windy. I didn't pick a place where there were cars going around. And with this new age, video is everything. If you do not have video to put out there on YouTube, if you look at the top websites, it's Google, Facebook, YouTube is in that top 3. And so I feel that if any company really wants to make it, especially in any tech or startup, video can really find a way to connect with your fans.
And do you have any other tips while you're posting that video in terms of search engine optimization or anything else like that you do?
The best SEO stuff I've used is, good example, I do astrology horoscope. So every day, astrology horoscope is at the beginning. Now if you type astrology horoscope, I'm on the top of YouTube. And that's power. Google's a little bit harder with YouTube, but what's nice is Google has introduced the video feature in Google now. So if you just type videos, or if you look up videos there, we pop up at the top. But it's really about constant, every day. And it takes a while. You know what? If you're trying to do something in 2 weeks, it's not going to happen. You watch yourself after 6 months, and you'll start to see some really powerful growth. It's consistency.
And what are your growth patterns right now per month, let's say?
Well, it started in 2012 when I did the daily content to about 100 to 200 subscribers a month, and now it's gotten up after the years to almost about 2,000 subscribers a month. We do about 600,000 views a month. And that keeps growing to the next 100,000. So it's starting to do those really expansive numbers. And it's nice because everybody that's subscribing or connecting with us are actual users that turn out to buy, or users that actually turn out to really become fans and follow the Facebook page and become involved. And the other aspect of a tool that I think is very popular that people don't use is the Facebook group aspect. That is power, because now you can start integrating people in there and having conversations and building discussion forums. And actually, because if you are the administrator, I actually push my products through that aspect and make it to where it's my own little environment on Facebook that people are getting notifications every second, and they're with you all the time.
So one of our, I think, secrets to success with visionboards.co, my tech company, was just kind of piggybacking off what you said, making sure we've really leveraged the wins we've had along the way. And I've kind of seen similarities. You've been on TV before, and you make sure you prominently say, as seen on TV. And you are wearing on your sleeve because there's a sense of validation. And same thing, when we won accolades, we are proudly putting that out there. So I think that that's another part of it too, is like you said, you're almost like setting up this persona, if it's with your brand or your personality, and you're making sure to highlight these really cool features and experiences that you've had along the way to make sure that the audience senses some validation. So how have you chosen to do that? Maybe just give some examples of how you do that.
I think that you're on the money with this subject. Nobody really talks about it. If you look at big brands, whether it's, the Tigers right here in Detroit, right? It's like, if you win the World Series, you put the banner up and you let people know that you won the World Series, or you let people know that you are the best at what you do. And that's important, because when you're proud of your achievements and you represent them, the brand does that much better. I think there's a need to show that, whether you're on TV and you put it on the website as, look at, here's a video if you want to find out more about my brand. I think it's important to have in your about section, or have aspects on your website or any of your apps or anything that you do, a section that is an understanding of the history or how you got there. I think that is something people want to know and relate with. If it's something that doesn't have much of a background or anything, it just feels too fresh. It seems like a baby fresh born, which is great to play with for a second, but you don't want to take it on long journeys with you. They start crying all the time. Like, there's a need to you want some age with it, or you want some history along the way.
Yeah, I completely agree. So what are some of your hopes and goals for your brand, and how do you maybe see technology continuing to play a role?
I think that the hope for my brand, or I feel it's actually on track. It's where I want to go. It keeps advancing, and I just keep following technology. Whatever's new and hip and cutting edge, I will follow it. Trying to get everything, whether it's on these new things like Vine, or I use Instagram now, really popular. I'll do a quick little video where I take pictures, and I think it's important in social media to always be current and in it, because one day goes by and you're not there. That's when they find somebody else, and so you want to be home for somebody. And I think it's not so much of where my next goals are, it's to continue on the path that has brought me success and to just keep following that algorithm. It's a science that you have to keep following, and if you follow it, it takes you to magical places like today that I'm at with you.
Do you have a social management system so you don't have to post and keep track of all that? Is there something you use?
The system I use now is Google Calendar is my best friend.
Yeah.
And I have everything pre-planned through my days, my weeks, and everything as reminders on my phone. And if I don't live by that reminder, I feel off. So I live by that, and I just keep the content flowing. And really, it's about doing these new subscription models. I think subscription is so fun and so awesome, and it's a way to start to make the content more valuable for others, while at the same time making your business grow at rates that you could never dream of before. And it takes a lot of the workload off too, because you can focus more in specific areas.
And I know a lot of people have been approaching you, so you've done your job really well, but are you ever proactive in affiliate partnerships at all as well?
Believe it or not, when you get to, I feel, a place of really great growth, it just all comes to you. And as an astrologer practicing spirituality, I feel that that's the secret. If you've ever read the book or listened to it, that if you want to step into your life, it all just comes to you. And I feel that's the secret. I had no idea I was doing this interview today.
Yeah. But the reality too is, David did, take risks and do this for, no money at first, and stayed committed to it, and grew to this level where he's being featured on E! next week, and is, having thousands of followers and subscription models working for him. But you really took risk, and you really started at a very humble point and worked your way to this place, and it's really commendable. And I think people see the success stories but don't know that it takes some chutzpah, and it takes some commitment to get to the other side of the road.
We talking about balls or ovaries? But yeah, that's, I think,
depends on who you're talking about, I guess.
I think in any business, it's all about risk, but there's huge reward.
Yeah.
And it's about staying humble, and it's about consistency. And with Facebook and Twitter now, if you're the kind of person who's trying to create something and you don't have one of those, and there's nothing on it, guess what? It's pretty much nothing until it really is at that place nowadays. Believe it or not, that's the new world. If we're talking about tech, I would say social media, based off if we look at the top tech businesses, it is social media. And I feel that social media is the secret to any business success.
So is that your number one tip, or do you have anything else that you could think of?
Number one tip, because I watch it happen every day, and I can go into any city now and find somebody I need or want to hang out with in any block of the world now because of that connection. And it's all about connection now.
Well, let's give a brief plug not only for the leoking.com and the E! coverage coming up, and maybe you can get some additional followers today as well.
Yeah, you can find me at theleoking.com, or find me on my YouTube page, just The Leo King. It's pretty simple. You can check me out on E! Television on October 10th. And yeah, just keep following me on all my feeds, theleoking.com. Well, again, we're so thrilled to have you in Detroit today. We wish you the best on your future endeavors. This is Natalia Petrzak, guest host for ExtremeDetroit.com.